Hi, my name is Brittany, and today I'm your host for Endeavour. We're going to go behind the podcast today. So, this show, we're going to explore the journey, the struggles, the triumphs of creating something meaningful. And in today's episode, we're going to peel back the layers, very much like an onion, of what it takes to embark on a new project, embracing the challenges and truly committing to the process of discovery. So, whether you're starting a new business, launching a creative project, or simply looking to push beyond your comfort zone, this episode is for you. The power of endeavor. Endeavor is a verb, it's an action. And so when thinking of what we should call our publication, our podcast, we wanted it to be action-oriented, focused, driven, but also connect to the fact that we're not at the goal and it may not even be reached within our lifetime. To endeavor means to strive, to commit to a pursuit despite the uncertainty, despite the fact that you may not have a strong support system or know the way forward. It's really about taking risks. We grow up in a society and it teaches us to stay in the comfort zone, to stay within the lines, the boundaries of what we know, what they know. And so to push forward, believing in a vision, even when the path is unclear, is explosive. It is against the grain, and you may lose people along the way because they can't see the vision. And that's okay because it's not their vision and they may not identify with the vision. But anyone who is put forth on your path and they are identifying with the vision will naturally gravitate towards you. So ask yourself, what is the last thing you truly committed to? Was it a personal goal, a professional challenge, a creative pursuit, more time with your family, more time with your friends, giving back to your community and being of service? Endeavoring is about more than just starting. It's about persisting despite the odds, despite that brick wall that you might hit. It's about continuing even though you may face adversity. And so a great exercise for us to practice and build this resilience in our endeavors. So now we've moved from verb to noun. Instead of calling it goals, these are our endeavors. And so we're going to use reflection and refocusing of our endeavors. So first, let's identify 5 key moments of growth in your journey so far. What made those happen? Who was there? What encouragement did you receive? What inspiration did you receive? Let's take some time to list those 5 key moments of growth. Were you more patient? Did you help someone? Just throwing some ideas out there to help create these 5 key moments and for that reflection to happen. Next, recognize 4 challenges that you overcame. Were you late to that event, but it still went great? Were you able to make a connection, to network with someone so that you were able to make another step in your journey? Did something impossible become possible simply because you continued onwards despite any challenges or obstacles. What are some of the circumstances that are preventing you from completing your journey? Do you have limited resources, limited financing? Do you have access to all of the equipment and tools that you need? Really think about the challenges and see how you can reframe those challenges as well. Okay, next we have 3 lessons that we've learned. There's always a learning moment, a teachable moment. No matter what we go through in life, we can find something that is going to assist us in the next step of the journey. It's going to propel us forward. It's going to keep us going, inspire us, motivate us, or motivate someone else. So what are some of the lessons that we've learned? I bring up lateness. I'm often late for things, so I set my watch forward so that it gives me that push to be on time. And that has been a part of my journey. And I would also say sometimes, oh, this is what it's saving me from. And equally, that's a part of the journey too. So instead of speeding, I slow down while I'm on the road. That slow car that comes in front of you, I consider it the blessing. You know, it's telling me that time matters, and at the same time, I need to be safe with my life. So that's a learning lesson for me, to put time in perspective, that the clock is always running, but I also have the capacity to slow down and to make different choices so that I am on time. Next, let's think about who is inspiring you, who is supporting you. And we live in a time where you may not feel inspired or supported by anyone. So my next step for you would be to think about, who would you want to support you? And are you networking to get in the room with that person? Or if it's someone that you know or love, like a family member, a friend, and they inspire you and you would want their support, have you asked for it? Sometimes simply asking. We have to set aside our pride, be courageous and ask for help. And then lastly, commit to one action that will help set you forward. On my end, one of my commitments is to complete the laundry cycle. I make it good with getting the clothes in the washing machine, but that folding step, oh man, that folding step trips me up. So just sharing an example of, this is something that I want to complete from start to finish. I want to make sure that I commit to that endeavor so that I can, have my closet all nice and color coordinated and everything in its place. There's simple things around us, and they can impact our daily lives so much. So if we use this reflection and refocusing to guide us and to connect us, overall with our mission, it's truly powerful, because we're thinking about growth, we're thinking about the challenges, We're thinking about the lessons. We're thinking about the people and the support and the inspiration. And we're thinking about the action steps that need to be taken to move forward. You know, we often think about failure as a barrier. If we fail, then that must mean we weren't supposed to do it in the first place. I invite you to think about failure as pivoting. It's giving you the lesson that you need in order to make changes. And so each failure builds your resilience so that you're able to make different decisions when you're faced with them so that the outcome would be different. And with each step that you take, it's guiding you down the path, not only for your success and the completion of your endeavor, but also to be a testimonial, to be a story for others who are coming after you. And failure can hold us back from beginning anything new, from starting a new connection, from starting a new project, from starting a new podcast. And the most important thing that I have seen work is audacity. Audacity is at an all-time high. And so if you do not have the audacity to go after your goals, go after your dreams, to take action, to stand up for something that you believe in, then you're always going to experience that fear. But what that fear is also telling you is that you care. You care about the outcome. This is important to you. And so there's never a time where you'll feel ready enough. You know, you have to begin, and it's through the action, whether they're perfect or imperfect, that you're able to navigate this space and move through obstacles and see where within the journey you're making steps towards your endeavor, your goals. Progress is not perfect. Perfection is a construct. We have to move forward in a way that will propel us forward, knowing that there may be setbacks. You take a step forward, 100 back. But you navigate the next step forward with the lessons, with the wisdom of the past. And so starting doesn't have to be grand. It can be simple. It just requires action towards writing down an idea, reaching out to a mentor, taking time out of your day to work on your passion, taking time out of your day to pick up the phone and make that call, send that message, write that email, continue that chapter of your book. This is what it means to endeavor, to continue beyond what may be the momentum of the past. You have to continue when things are slow. You have to continue when things are rocky. That is true resilience. True endeavors are built on purpose. They're built on passion. They're built on persistence. And I say those three words because passion alone isn't enough. And the purpose tells us what. But it's really through the persistence that we find the how. Because passion tells us why. And so we need to keep doing our daily actions, weekly actions, monthly actions to keep us excited about our endeavors, excited about that project, and to keep those reminders so that when we experience the setbacks, we can handle them because we know our what, we know our why, and we know our how. And so our strategies to stay motivated would include incorporating those aspects in our routine. A mission statement for your endeavor. Define why it matters to you. And return to that statement whenever those inkling feelings of doubt creep in, because they will. You feel, motivated and excited and listening to this podcast, listening to this endeavor. You may even want to return right back here because we always need that gentle reminder of why we've started and why the goal matters. When we experience challenges, we have to adapt. Every meaningful pursuit comes with obstacles. We might experience financial struggles or writer's block. There might be conflicting time segments. Everything competing for our attention. Everything in our world right now competes for attention. It's great marketing, it's great advertising, but it keeps us in a cycle of moving on to the next thing instead of focusing, hunkering down on our goals, our endeavors. And so when we experience challenges, these hurdles are part of the process and they're key to adaptability. So we have to ensure that our mindset, our focus is on seeing these roadblocks as opportunities, viewing them as a guide through to a better route, a detour. We have to look at how we can adjust and keep the flow. Because again, we know what our purpose is. We understand why we're passionate about it. And we know how we're going to execute our goals because we have that persistence despite these challenges that we're experiencing. The impact of any endeavor cannot fully be realized by any one individual. That's because the things that we create, whether it be movements, art, businesses, they impact anyone that is connected to it, teaching them lessons. And so whether an endeavor touches millions, thousands, or simply one person, it matters. Because from your actions, you have now influenced and inspired or supported someone else. It's equally valuable to think about who benefits from your efforts. If this is a community project, who is benefiting? Whose life will be changed for the better? How can you avoid instances of negative impact? Another question to ask yourself is, how does your pursuit contribute to a larger picture? Recognizing that your impact fuels the drive for others to continue. We don't think that people are watching us and are looking at our lives, but they are. Whether they are older than us, whether they are our peers, or someone younger that we're inspiring. An endeavor isn't about knowing all the answers. It's about embracing the journey, learning through that action, and staying committed. So for any other person in your life or exposed to the work that you do, seeing you continue despite all of the challenges or obstacles in your way, it gives them hope. And it gives them the momentum to start an endeavor of their own. My challenge for you is to take that one step forward in your pursuit. Start small. Continue the work that you started. And you'll see progress over time. Create a draft. Make a plan. It's okay if things do not go to plan. The important thing is to take action and to learn from the steps that we take. Thank you for tuning in to Endeavour, Behind the Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend, leave us a review, and let's keep this conversation going. Remember, a journey is only as important as you keeping the momentum going, continue creating, and continue moving forward to your destination. Because often what you will find is that the destination, as you get closer to it, will move. Where you thought you wanted to go will be a new destination, a new path, a new support system, a new journey. This podcast is supported by the EcoShores Sustainable Futures Network. We encourage you to connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube, as we embark upon this journey, this endeavor.